Hey guys, welcome to Vlogmas. Today is day 14 and I have another indie palette to show you guys. So if you want to hear more about my thoughts on the Klarity Kosmetics Magic Lamp palette, then just keep watching. If you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is KARENHARRIS. I like to film tan girl friendly makeup videos here on my channel. When I first got on YouTube, I had the hardest time finding makeup reviews from somebody with my skin tone. So I decided to take matters into my own hands and start up a YouTube channel. So if you like seeing new makeup releases, hearing my thoughts, seeing first impressions, swatches, hearing about products I'm anti-hauling, then this is a place for you. Highly recommend subscribing, turning on that bell so you're notified every time I post. I am posting every day up until Christmas, so I would hate for you to miss it. And without further blabbering, let's get into it. Okay, so I'm so excited because I ordered this palette on Black Friday and it did just arrive. So I figured I'd swatch it with you guys, do a little eye look, and give you some thoughts on the palette. This honestly feels very hefty. The only thing I will mention is it looks like the shade Magic Carpet like shattered a little bit in transit. And so I got on all of the shadows. You can kind of see there's like a purple haze on this. I did email Klarity about this. I haven't heard back from them yet, but I just wanted to let them know. I will say in their defense, the palette was wrapped really well. Like I remember when I unboxed it, I had about a half a roll of bubble wrap in the box. So I even commented to my husband that they had used a lot of bubble wrap. So I am sad for them that that shade kind of broke off everywhere. And I can't tell like what shades are matte and what shades are shimmer. But I'm guessing maybe once I swatch the tops off, I'll be able to tell. Anyway, the box packaging looks exactly the same as the palette packaging. As you can see, there's like purple dust everywhere. But here on the back, it has the ingredients. It says this palette is handmade by Klarity Kosmetics in Texas, 12-month shelf life, and it's cruelty-free. But let's go ahead and swatch because I'm so curious. This shade, Genie, I think is the one that like sold this palette to so many people, and it's absolutely gorgeous. This is the purple shade that broke off everywhere, so yeah, let me just go ahead and swatch. Okay, so here are the swatches. The matte swatch really nicely. Some of these shimmers didn't swatch very well, just so you guys know. So we have the shade Three Wishes, which is the first. It's like a matte, I don't know, kind of like a light yellowy beige color. Then Genie, which is the most gorgeous shade in this palette. We have Magic Carpet, which shattered all over my palette. And then we have A Friend Like Me, which is like a sunny side yellow egg color. Set You Free is like an iridescent shade, but in the pan it kind of like shattered when I was swatching it. A Whole New World is a beautiful blue shade. Diamond in the Rough is a gold metallic, but honestly it's swatched so thin, so I have really low expectations for that shade. Same with Street Rat. Uh-Oh is a beautiful dark purple shade. We have Make a Wish, which is similar to Diamond in the Rough and Street Rat, so not very impressed. And then we have Do You Trust Me and Happy Ending, and I believe both those are matte shades. So these are the swatches of the palette. So here's what the palette looks like after I swatched it. As you can see, the shade is kind of like pushed up a little bit in the pan, and so not the most stable formula, I will say. I do have one other palette from them, the Cobra palette, and I like the formula of that particular palette better. The metallics feel creamier, and same with the mattes, but I feel like this formula is similar to the Memorizing formula, which I never tried that palette because I had to send it back because it was damaged. But just based off of how messy this palette was when it arrived, I would expect that this formula is similar to the Memorizing formula. So not sure if they have multiple formulas. I will say just based off of this experience, I might not be purchasing from Klarity anytime soon, but I did totally fall for how beautiful this palette looked on Instagram, and that's why I bought it. But let's go ahead and try this out because I have to film another Vlogmas video after this, and it's a collaboration video. So if my eye looks busted in that video, I'm gonna be very bummed. But I have my Juvia's Place primer on, so hopefully that'll help keep things together. And I'm just gonna grab a brush. So we're gonna use the Sigma Beauty Bird brush, and I'm gonna go into the shade A Whole New World, which is a pretty blue, and I'm gonna dust the brush off really well. I don't want fallout, and there's a lot of kick up in the pan. And I'm just gonna blend this into the crease. I love how pigmented that blue is. Okay, now I'm going to take another Sigma brush and I'm going to go into the shade Happy Ending, which is a dark blue shade on the bottom. I'm going to keep this look pretty simple because this formula is definitely not my favorite type of formula, so I don't want to do too much. I will say the light blue shade worked really well. Now I'm seeing if I can layer this dark blue over the light blue and see what kind of formula. Is this a metallic? I think this is a metallic. Oops. Okay, well that'll be interesting. I don't typically use metallics in the outer corner like this, so. I'm going to go into the shade Uh-Oh, which is that purple, just to help. So definitely had a tough time blending that, but not the end of the world, manageable. And then the palette comes with a brush, so I'm going to use the brush to apply the shade Genie, which is honestly probably the reason why most of you will buy this palette. It's a beautiful green purple shimmer. Okay, so the upper half of the eye look is done. So now we're going to focus on the lower lash line. And for liner, I'm going to use the shade Catsuit from ColourPop. Okay, going in with my favorite pencil brush, I'm going to go into A Whole New World, which is that pretty blue matte. And I'm going to use it to set the eyeliner pencil. And then I'm going to go into the shade Uh-Oh, which is the matte purple. Okay, I did a little bit of blending there. Then I'm going to go into the shade Set You Free, which is that white shade that I told you was kind of messy. And we're going to give it a nice spray because it's very, oh my goodness, it's so crumbly. That's way too much, oh Lord. Looks like a unicorn, like, threw up on my inner corner. It's pretty though. Okay, so the eye look is done. I'm going to put some mascara on, put a lipstick on, do my hair, and I'll be right back to give you guys some thoughts on this new palette. Okay guys, here is the final look. I decided to go with a bit of a statement lip. I love wearing pink and blue together, so I'm wearing the shade Linda from the Alien Cosmetics Satin Lip Line. Oh my goodness, what a fun pink shade, so vibrant. So if you're into that, I will link that down below. As far as what else is on my face, I kind of wanted to mention some new products I've been trying out. So I've been loving this concealer brush. This is the Angie Hot and Flashy collaboration with BK Beauty. This is the brush number 506A. Oh my goodness, I can't wait for BK Beauty to start selling this individually because I want to have like 5 backups of this. Really nice concealer brush, great at blending out concealer under the eyes. So very happy with this. I've heard so many people rave about this brush and I finally broke down and bought the set just so I could try this brush out, and I feel like it was definitely worth the hype. Then the other product I have on today is a new foundation. This is the Valentino, Very Valentino Sunscreen Broad Spectrum SPF 26 Light Lasting Perfecting Foundation, and I posted this on my Instagram and a lot of you asked me how I liked it. So far it's really nice. It is very heavily fragranced. I personally like the fragrance. I think it makes it feel a little bit more luxurious as far as the experience goes, but I know some people are very sensitive to scent, so please do keep that in mind. But so far I really like it. It is a long wearing foundation and it's like a satin matte sort of mixed hybrid kind of foundation, so I don't feel like it's overly matte, but I don't feel like it's a very dewy foundation, and I definitely feel like it's a medium to full coverage foundation, so I like it. But if you don't have a YouTube channel, if you aren't like into reviewing makeup, just stick to what you already have. I'm sure you've got some great foundations in your collection, but I was curious and I had 20% off, so I did grab that, and I just wanted to mention that that is the foundation I've been wearing all weekend long. This is my 3rd time trying out the Valentino foundation, so I'll probably keep that in my Shop My Stash this week. So anyway, sorry I rambled on. I'm sorry if you only wanted to hear about this palette, but I did want to mention those 3 products because they are new to me. Now, as far as the Magic Glam palette goes, I've had mixed experiences with Klarity Kosmetics too. I've bought 3 products from them. One I returned because it was damaged. The second one I really enjoyed, and this is my 3rd palette purchase from them. So I will say that I am disappointed with this palette. I was able to make it work and I could make this look, but I feel like the shades I have in my Book of Magic palette, in my Age of Opulence palette from Beauty Bay, which is a much cheaper palette option, and those palettes are shipping from another country and they've never arrived to me damaged. So I will say that if you like this color story or this eye look, I think you can easily recreate it with those 2 palettes from Beauty Bay that I mentioned. I just wanted to try this palette because I was really curious and I just loved the look of that Genie shade. It just looked like such a beautiful color. And honestly, this palette is beautiful and I really like this eye look. It's definitely an eye look that I would wear all the time. It's just that I have these in better formulas and I don't feel comfortable telling you guys to spend your money on this palette. I really want to support small indie brands, but I just feel like this palette was a miss for me. So that is my honest first impressions of this palette. I'll definitely keep you guys posted if I end up trying it again or if I hear back from Klarity. Like, I think the palette doesn't look very good, honestly. It's very much contaminated because the glitter shadow from the purple got into all the matte shades and it's just kind of messy. So I can't remember how much I paid for this palette, but I think it was a decent amount, definitely in the $50 range, if I am not mistaken. And I don't mind paying that kind of price for indie shadows, but I also do expect a decent amount of quality from indie shadows. So let me know what you think. Did you end up picking up this palette or did you pass on it? I want to hear from you guys down in the comments. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video, and I will see you in a new video tomorrow. Bye guys!